Hello, my name is Obama. I'm out of Washington, D.C. We are in the process of purchasing a zombie laundromat. What are some of the, what is a misstep that you see new laundry owners come into the business and they make where maybe you've learned with your experience, like what you would do right away, as opposed to someone who comes in and they might buy everything under the sun, but they may not need certain things. What's like one thing you would tell that one owner who just came into the business, you need to start with this first?
I mean, I think from your customer standpoint, know what customer you're going after and then stick with that. Because in the beginning, particularly for me, when first opened, it was like, I want every customer because I need their money. And
that's one way to put it, yeah.
He's so funny.
And I mean, we removed all of our top loaders, and in the beginning, we would have some people that would walk out. And I had to start recognizing, like, I'm watching a backpack walk out. I don't need that customer with a backpack of laundry. I need the mom coming in that needs to unload in 4 carts. Like, so really don't focus on the wrong customer and don't worry about serving that customer.
Okay. Any other beginner advice?
I think you need to take a step back. So if you're wanting to retool or not retool, I'm not sure which way you're going to go. Do you want it to continue to be a zombie mat, or do you want it to flourish? There's a reason why it's a zombie mat. For us, we immediately retool all of our equipment so that, and put up, a sign, new ownership, so that they know that you're coming in, that you're not the past owner. I think that's very important to do first. Customers will start to see you do small things like paint, flooring, little things like that. You want a good, clean atmosphere with good lighting. You want it safe for your customers and your employees. Have cameras, have a security system. They want to know that they're safe when they come into your facility.
Well, for the both of you, and then Nika's got a question for us in the back, but I'm sure you've had this experience where you take over a store, you fix it up, and customers are literally thanking you. Thank you so much, right?
Yes.
Thank you for taking better care of us. Thank you for cleaning this place up. Thank you for, and it's really a good feeling, right? Because you know business is soon to follow.
Everybody likes nice things.
Yeah. Okay, got a question back here?
All right.
There we go.
My name is Nicholas. I'm from Michigan, and my wife and I purchased a laundromat about a year ago. We've been doing pickup and delivery for about 3 years. We are starting to go more into the commercial. We want to explore that more. And so this question here, actually there's 2 parts to my question. One, when you do commercial accounts, how much of the garments and laundry and stuff do they purchase, or do you have a rental program? And then the other part in storing, I think it was Kelly that mentioned about storage space and keeping stuff on hand, or maybe it might have been Kathy. Do you rent that space back to the customers as an additional revenue stream for holding it for them?
It depends on how much they have. Usually, yes, we do, because they're taking up space in your facility, and you just kind of work that into your pricing when you go meet with the customer. What I like to do when I'm going to a new facility, like a hotel or wherever that may be, I like to go visit that particular place. Am I going to have to take a van? Can I load it on a dock? Can I use my box truck? If there's a restaurant attached, can you get their laundry from the restaurant? What type of food are they serving? So there's a lot of things you need to take into account when you're going to get that new client.
And then customer-owned goods versus renting textiles.
We actually will purchase and rent for the client, or just, clean what they have. So it just depends on where the client is at that particular time. So we just kind of work with the client as to what their needs are.
Okay, Kathy, on that same question?
Yeah, so we only do customer-owned goods. At the beginning of our commercial laundry, we had like a towel service that we rented out towels to salons and gyms, but we decided it was easier to only do their own goods. We don't charge any rental space. All of our commercial customers are at least a couple times a week or once a week. So we have designated carts for different customers, or they have spots on those rolling shelves where we just keep their things, but they're returned within the week.
Okay. Ross, customer-owned goods mostly on
Yeah,
commercial?
we don't do any rental.
Okay, good. Got a question right here?
Yeah. I have a question about the injectors, the soap injectors. We struggle with removing some stains, and how good they are. Do you keep changing the formula? How efficient they are with removing the stains?
It depends what the stain is. Like our corporate housing client, we're probably having the most trouble with, because if that person has been in the apartment for a month, then the sheets and towels have already been washed probably 3-4 times before it comes to us. So then it's a lot harder to obviously get the stain out if it's already been set in. Yeah, with all of our other accounts, usually the first week or so we'll be looking at what we're getting, and it's shocking how many customers don't actually know everything that's on their stuff. So, and we'll just keep adjusting and changing.
Yeah, and having a good relationship with your chemical distributor, right? And being able to have a partner that can help you make sure you're bringing on those correct wash programs.
Yeah, and we were with them before, but one of the things that they advanced is now they can remotely make modifications to, so we don't even have to schedule them to come in. So that's been great for us and for them, because it used to take us several days to get them to come in and then program all the washers.
It is a science. Nika, you had another question back there, and I'm going to walk over here and find one more. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you for giving us that information. The two-part question, is your off-site facility or warehouse, is that a spoken hub model? Are you maintaining the counter spaces at the locations and then siphoning it into the facility? And then regardless of that answer, I'm also wondering, do you have a counter at the off-site processing facility?
So for us, we do not move any laundry from our laundromats currently. And out of our 11, 3 of them have fluff and fold drop-off, and we just process it there. We are starting to explore the locker system like Kelly talked about.
Okay. Maintaining counters out at the laundromats to bring in laundry?
For us, we have a second shift that we do, and then we also have our smart lockers if they drop off prior to that, or if it's a holiday and we don't have an attendant. All of our pickup and deliveries are specifically taken to our off-site location. The only thing we bring from our stores would be the clothing from the smart lockers if we don't have an attendant that day.
Okay, good. Let's get Hitesh right here.
Hey, how do you break down the cost or then come up with the profit number given the different expenses for drop-off and delivery?
So in other words, that's an age-old question, right? Determining the right price. And so some people keep it standardized, and every commercial client pays something a little different. I mean, where do you guys fall on that?
We do have a standard price. However, we have to take into account what are the items, how fast are they going to need them, are we going to have to do special treatments, are they going to need to be ironed, folded a certain way, bagged a certain way. For example, We have a large account that we do, and we charge them extra because they literally want a set of linens bagged, like 2 pillows, a bottom sheet, a top sheet, you know, whatever goes into that particular room, we have to bag separate. So you have to take into account your specific client.
Okay. Any other thoughts on that
We have-
process? I'm sure we've all made some mistakes, undercharging a client
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
figuring it out later.
We have minimum per pickup, and just kind of like increasing washer and dryer prices in your laundry. Sometimes increasing them per pound is the only thing they're focused on. So we just increased the minimum so that we could leave some of our customers at the pricing that they had for a while, but still get our increase. And then our biggest challenge, I think, especially with other small businesses that we're working with, is getting them to understand that they need more than enough towels to get them through one morning. Like, they're calling at 8:30 going, "Where's the driver? We're out of towels." And I'm like, "You opened 5 minutes ago. How can you be out of towels?"
The customer's always right, Ross, come on.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that on
Yeah.
pricing structures?
We have similar, that we have a standard range for our commercial accounts that we usually go, you know, janitorial services are in one range, versus more massage therapists and things with sheets and things are a higher range. And then within that, we do look at, you know, how far it is, how much work it would be, and we include minimums for everything. And often with our residential service, if we don't increase the per pound, we will increase that minimum.
Good advice. Nika, last
Well,
question.
one last question.
Last question. Yep.
Hi, I'm Dave from Atlanta, Georgia. I guess my question is more of a general question for all of you. First of all, thank you all for being up there. Incredibly insightful information. What are one or two things that you are confident set you head and shoulders above your competition? When I got into the business 20 years ago, over 20 years ago, to show you where this industry has come. What set me apart was a handwritten thank you card and a piece of Dove candy in the envelope on the delivery.
Differentiators, what comes to your mind?
I think one thing that sets us apart, especially on the residential side, is that we are a local, family-owned company. So when people call, they almost always get me or my assistant, but usually it's me that they call, they email. So especially the older adults, that's really helpful versus some of our competitors that are more nationwide, that you might be calling in a different city and getting someone that has no idea what's happening in St. Louis. We've really worked on making our webpage more local pages and more real pictures of us and our work so that people call, and they will call and they'll say, "Oh, I saw your kids on the webpage," or, you know, "I know where you grew up." And it really makes a difference to make those connections, especially with the residential customers.
Okay. Other differentiators that you think have been important?
For us, I would think your presentation on your end product. People like to see, you can't make a first impression twice. So that's one thing that we really grind into our employees' heads. Do a good job the first time. People want it done right. They, usually aren't looking for something free. Another thing that we do on our website, when you go to our website, it will pop up. Jodan and I will, give a greeting. Thank you for, coming to splash them out. And, it's just so that gives a personal touch to your website as well.
Okay, Ross?
I think that's been what helped us grow, but also has become our challenge is that, like, when they call, now they are getting a call center, but even in the call center messages, a lot of times it will be like calling to speak with Ross. And it's like, I can't always be. So that's been challenging as we've grown because people have gotten used to that they're always getting to talk to me or my manager. And so trying to balance that. I had a lady school me the other night because I was out to dinner and she kept calling. And she was like, so then when I called her, she was like, I want to speak with you. So then I called her back and she was like, Ross, I saw your video. Congratulations on growing. Don't forget about the customer. And I was like, I was at dinner.